Moi,
Tu peux nous raconter concrètement, comme toi tu peux le faire, ce qu'il veut. Moi j'étais présent.
Saves America, Emily Wilson, and political commentator Priya Patel. Thank you both for coming on. I mean, you know, Colbert's he's out in a few months, so he's like, I can just do anything I want to. But CBS knows what it's like to have the Trump administration call you up with their lawyers and say, guess what? We want more money.
Well, yeah, so what he doesn't understand is you're not allowed to lie. Your show is going to be out soon anyways. They don't want to deal with more lawsuits. They don't want to lose more money. And it's funny when they talk about, oh, you know, he's going to ban anyone. I'm like, you guys banned the sitting president from social media. You guys don't get to use that anymore. You guys did the banning. Trump just watches TV all day. No, he's actually busy ending wars. So.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting. I was watching the Grammys, and of course, everybody in the Grammys had to go after ICE, right? As somebody said, it's like going to LA and saying, I hate gluten. Everybody's like, yeah! Of course, it's LA, but Hollywood is still ICE is kind of out of the news right now. They were taken out of him, so they're still doing this. Watch this.
I'm nominated for an Academy Award, but if I see ICE people on the street,
right?
I've been asking myself, what would I do?
What would you do?
I don't know. My instinct, and I know that I have this instinct in me, which my wife gets very nervous about, which is like, you know? Yeah. And I have to be careful with that.
I think his instinct should tell him to maybe acknowledge the people who have been harmed in this country by people in this country illegally. That would be a good instinct for him to have.
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly right. So many of these Hollywood celebrities just go on and on and on complaining about ICE when they're in reality never going to do anything about it. He's like, what would I do if I see ICE on the streets? In reality, he's not going to do anything. It's all just virtue signaling and trying to get score political points with all of the liberals that are just major fans of these people. But of course, you never hear Lake and Riley be mentioned by these people or any of the victims of illegal immigrants that have committed violent crimes against American citizens.
Yeah, and you never will. You will never hear them say that because it goes against the narrative. Meantime, Hillary Clinton said this about her husband and Jeffrey Epstein.
You know, we have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said. He took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work. I don't recall ever meeting him.
A lot of charity, 170, 190 rides. It's a lot of rides, a lot of charity. And I keep saying, if Donald Trump went near the plane, walked on the same tarmac, they'd be saying impeach. You got to get rid of him, get him in jail. Clinton goes on 185 times and they say, fine.
Yeah. Well,
charity.
He hated Trump, which is great for Trump. So all allegedly, of course, on planes to different countries multiple times. A painting of him in Epstein's house, I think, is interesting. Photos of him in Epstein's pool. Bill and Hillary invited him to the White House 17 times during their term, and Ghislaine was at their daughter's wedding. So that would speak differently.
Yeah, it really would. And I think this is... Anyway, moving on. Here's CNN covering the Pawtucket hockey rink shooting. I'm going to play the soundbite. It's 30 seconds. And listen what you do not hear in this. Watch.
So what happened here? Pawtucket police say in all likelihood this was some sort of a family dispute, that the suspect got there, targeted some of his family members. We can tell you that all the students who were at the game involved in that hockey match are safe. The suspect dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. 2 others were killed. Those 2 were up there in the stands. 3 people now in critical condition. Just awful what these high school students had to go through.
What you did not hear on CNN was the word transgender, which is a big part of this investigation because it's becoming a trend. You can scroll this if you want. I mean, the recent trans shootings here, this is a very valid topic, Priya, and yet CNN's like, oh, we feel it's not valid. It is.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we truly have an epidemic of violence coming from these transgenders. I mean, in comparison to their relative population,